Ladies and gents, I'm just coming on quickly to do a quick flower video for Habdy Hippo. I did show in my DT project that I was given some doilies, and they were Kaiser craft doilies. These are for sale on the Habdy Hippo website. This was part of my DT package. They're absolutely lovely, and they are 4.5 inches wide, or about 11 centimetres. Super soft cotton. And what I wanted to demonstrate was how you can use them for your lovely flowers. And also what I wanted to demonstrate is how nicely they dye. Because they're 100% cotton, they will take dyes very easily. I just used literally an everyday tea bag. It was Tetley tea actually. Tetley tea bag made in a cup of hot water. About half a cup of hot water. I left the tea bag in and I put the plain white doily in literally for minutes. That's all it took, and then I took it out and I rinsed it. And I also gave it a wash under cold water to fix the colour, and then I just gave it a little bit of a rinse with a little bit of gentle hand soap, what you wash your hands with, just so it didn't smell of, well, tea. So that's how nicely they take the colour, so they're worth the buy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very quickly construct some pretty shabby chic flowers. I've got some rosettes of lace already made up. These laces are all out of my stash, and they're all just different sizes, and you just build them, you just layer them. Okay, I've just got this little piece of lace here that I'm going to put on the vintage colour one. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I do, although most ladies, to be fair, know how to make a flower. So you just knot your thread, and you just do a running stitch. Now a running stitch, for anybody that doesn't know, is what I call in and out, in and out. You just go in, out, in, out. Can you see? Where's my camera? You go down and up. Okay, really easy. So try and keep your stitches even, you'll get a nicer gather. But now normally I don't cut the lace until I've formed my flower, and then I know how much lace to use, because I like them a lot together because they look prettier. But this lace is scalloped, so I know just from experience of making a lot of flowers that you need 12 of those scallops. I mean, shot, if it's scalloped like that, count 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cut, and that will just make you just a nice gather, a nice gathered flower. I'm just trying to do it really quickly. I pull it gently because some laces are woven wider than others, so your knot could slip through. So get hold of it and then pull it. That's what I do anyway. No idea if I'm in shot and if you can see what I'm doing. And then just put a couple of little stitches just to, so the knot doesn't come undone and your thread doesn't come back through and it all goes unravelled. I always do put it in a little knot. And then I actually sew my ends. You can hot glue it. I just prefer to sew it. Sometimes hot glue can dry a little bit lumpy, but you know, if you're a long-standing crafter, you'd have no problem using hot glue. But I just like to sew them because I like sewing. So I just do a running stitch, and then I just finish it off with a little knot at the end, without getting tangled in a million things like I am doing. Just try not to keep your thread too long, and then that stops you getting tangled. But if you get tangled, it doesn't matter, just cut it off. As long as it's tied in a knot so it doesn't come undone, it doesn't really matter. So there we go. Just snip it off. Put that up there so we don't lose it. And then you just fluff it about to make it nice and even, and that's how you get your, and then you just do different widths of laces and build it up. Okay, now my glue gun's on, so I'm gonna build up some of these flowers super quickly. I'm doing it really quickly now. You take a lot more care, you know, when you're doing it yourself, and be very careful when you're using hot glue. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to literally put a small circle of glue on that one and just layer it on the middle of your doily, and your doily is just showing through, so it just gives a really pretty shabby backing to your flower. And then I've got another smaller lace here, again just a tiny bit of glue, you don't need a lot, you don't need a lot to stick lace together at all. Centralise it, press down. If you press down when you're layering, it'll kind of fluff up your lace so that it looks really, really pretty. And then you just pick a flower centre. It can be anything, absolutely anything. Let me have a look. What am I using? Oh, I'm going to add this as well, I think, just for a little bit of extra interest. I've just got this little scrap of lace. I'm just going to very quickly, just please be careful when you're using hot glue gun. I have had some terrible burns. You never get used to it. Your skin don't get used to being burnt, ever. So just be careful. So there we go. I've just added that little bit of pretty lace on, and now I'm going to put one of these little sparkles in the middle. I've just got little drawers like this, full of just bits and bobs, bits that people have gifted me, bits I've picked up, buttons, bits of jewellery, whatever. Just add a little bit of sparkle and then just hold it. And then you've got your lovely shabby flower like that with a little bit of a dangle. You can add a lot more dangle and a lot more detail, obviously when you've got more time. And then if you remember the stick pin that I made in my Habdy Hippo video, I'm just going to add that to the flower. And literally all you do is just peel it back and press it in. Hold on a minute, I'm going to put it that way. Okay, like that. There we go. Am I happy with that? Now I want it a bit further up. I don't glue my stick pins into my flowers. Some people do, I don't. The reason being because then you can move it if you're not happy with the position. And that does is it not only adds interest to your flower, when you're gifting it or putting it on a project, it's a double gift because then they can take the stick pin out and use it. Okay, that's the idea. Or you can leave it in to decorate the flowers. So that's that one. And then we've got the lovely tea stained one here, okay, which I'm going to just quickly decorate. I will go back later and I will maybe put a small circle of felt on the back of there just to make it that little bit neater. I do like to do that. Okay, but you know, or you can add feathers to the back of that if you want. I don't really want to at this point. I'm happy with that as it is. Right, oh, I forgot to put, I did have this little pink doily I was going to layer, and I forgot. Ah, forgot. Hold on. Will it come back off? Let's have a look. I think it will. Yeah, that's the glory of glue gun glue. It does, can peel off nicely. I forgot that pink doily there, so I'm putting it on because it breaks up just having just plain white. That's better. I knew something wasn't right about that flower then. Put my bling back in. There we go. And we've got a really, really lovely layered shabby flower with added glue strings. Right, so let me get my glue strings off. Blimey. So there we go. That's the finished flower. I can't even see if I'm in shot. I think I am. If you do have glue strings, just whack your heat gun over it, which I will do before I've finished, and it just melts them. So that's that one done. Right, let's get on with this next one now. Because this is a delicate lace, this one, it's a delicate embroidered tulle, I'm just going to put the glue on the doily rather than the lace. Get it the right way around, Amanda. And add that. And then that darker colour then that I've dyed the doily, it shines, you know, it shows through on the delicate cream lace, and it just looks really shabby and vintage. Yeah, I've got this another little tea stained doily here. I'm just going to trim off the edges where it's been detached from a larger piece of work. Put a little bit of glue in the middle of that. And it's just layering. Flowers are just layering, and you can use anything. You can use lace, you can use material, you can just use scraps. And it's just all about layering. I think I might have that actually. I've got these. I buy these on eBay pretty cheap. And they're really good because although they are polyester or rayon, they do take colour quite easily. And I've dyed this one with Tim Holtz Distress ink. So I'm going to use that to lift the colour of this doily and make it vintage. Press that in the middle like that. And there you go. See, you've got the mixture of the different colours there, from the tea stained doily to the cream lace, and then you've got another tea stained doily, and then you've got the it's Victorian velvet. Is that distressing? Victorian velvet stained little flower there. And then I'm gonna just find, got glue strings everywhere, which flower centre I want to use. I think I'm going to go for that slightly vintagey colour one. And just press it down so that it sticks. So there we go. Two very simple, pretty flowers using the Kaiser craft doilies at the back. One's really shabby and one's a little vintage. Same principle, easy enough to copy. Have a go. See what you can come up with. There you go, ladies. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.